This week, this one starts off, you are tough to watch. Let's just start there. Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group and youarethebroker.com. Helping you to build a highly effective and highly profitable broker business. Got a lot of emails. Thank you all for your great emails. A lot to go through. We'll see how far we get. There's a couple things I definitely want to get to, but really it's all time permitting. I want to make sure I got enough time to get to some meat and potatoes for you. So without delay, let's dive in. And I'm always going to start with some good stuff first. So a couple weeks ago, I was called obnoxious and repugnant. Last week I was a effing idiot by my new mentor, Rob. This week, this one starts off, you are tough to watch. Let's just start there. You are tough to watch. I think if you softened your tone and work to be more uplifting, your message would resonate better. Well, this is definitely a snowflake-free zone. I make no bones about it. I'm not the guru out there that's going to lift up your spirits and make you feel good. I am an absolute terrible motivator when it comes to that. It is what it is. That's not my job. My job, when I'm working with someone one-on-one, my job is to give you the best possible advice to put you in the best possible position, bottom line. My job is not to tell you what you want to hear, give you back rubs and massages, tell you you could do it, go get one for the giver. If that's what you need, there is so much stuff out there online, both affiliated with NEMT, both affiliated outside the NEMT. Go seek all that stuff. My job is to put you in the best possible position to be successful and make money. So I get it, man. I get where you would say I'm tough to watch. That's unfortunate, but soften your tone. Tone. Who cares about tone? That's like, don't they always complain about Trump with that? It's always his tone, his demeanor. I care about productivity. I care about, are you producing? And that's what it's all about. I want you to produce. I could care less about my tone. I want you to produce, which, by the way, tomorrow is election day. Make sure you go vote. The businessman in office is going to be reelected. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love it. Just recently, the polls were that dementia patient was up by 17 points, and now all of a sudden, since we're close to the finish line, it's up by a point, half a point. Now they're starting to change their tone, because before it was all about messaging, leveraging fake polls to create a narrative. Now it's about credibility. Our credibility is on the line, so we got to be able to say the fake news, mainstream media, that we were close, we were accurate. No, you weren't, because that businessman in office is going to be reelected, and there's going to be great opportunity for all of us in the coming term. I'm so excited about it. All right, so let's see what we got here. This is from someone who I'm working with right now, a great dude. This is a response I had to him. I started off the paragraph with use a pimp. I have nicknames for everybody, so if I'm cool with you, I probably got a nickname for you too. Use a pimp. Love the enthusiasm and willingness to work in pursuit of new business. He's doing very well. Small business, but he, his wife, his father, working hard, doing their thing, loving it. Needs to further focus and become more sharp in the strategies they deploy, but in terms of effort, loving it. Anyway, so I told him in response, this is part of a long email. I said, use a pimp. Love the enthusiasm and willingness to work in pursuit of new business. That alone is what separates you from 90% of NEMT providers. Everyone talks a good game, tells you what they want, what they're going to do, but never do it because it requires work. Glad to hear my information and content was of use to you. Requires work. That's something that a lot of the White Walkers, I've been calling them as of late, a lot of those drones and zombies of the NEMT industry that are out there giving their brother-in-law free advice readily available online that is creating nothing but noise and totally misleading people. They don't tell you you got to work. Anyways, his response: your information is the reason I'm where I am today. I've always wanted to thank you for helping us make this possible, but didn't know how to reach you. You've changed my life, my friend. Love it. Absolutely love it. So glad to hear that. Look at the difference between people who I've never worked with do the drive-by comments of you're obnoxious, you're repugnant, you're an effing idiot, you are tough to watch. But someone who cares about tone. We care about targeted content that leads to productivity. Someone who deploys it, doing exceptionally well, with the best yet to come. Anyway, so he sent me this email. And again, this is part of another email. He says, this past Friday during the snowfall, one of our vans was rear-ended by a distracted motorist and has substantial damage to the rear door where the lift is located. So we currently have 2 vans on the road. Tomorrow we will work on getting a rental so we can provide transports while it's being fixed. Why did I put that there? First of all, I love the fact that you don't want to sacrifice your trip volume. You're going to work as fast and as diligently as possible to get a rental so you can get out there and continue to work. But the reason I also put this there is he has 3 full-size vans, which are great, phenomenal. Had he had a minivan and he got rear-ended like this, that minivan is done. There's no work on getting it repaired or like that. It's done. And I've had that with multiple providers. So everyone loves their minivans. And again, I know everyone thinks I'm against minivans. I'm not against minivans. They have their place, but they are definitely not the foundational tool that you want to leverage for capacity-wise, commercial strength, and build and ease of use. It's not ideal. Anyways, over the years, I've had multiple providers. Same scenario right here, that when they get rear-ended, the vehicle is done, total, because they just collapse like a sardine can. At least the full-size van like he has, yeah, significant damage, but guess what? It's going to be able to be fixed. So that's why I put this in there and mentioned it. Another one here. I've been watching your videos regarding limiting your liability and funding your honeypot. You mentioned funding your honeypot and retirement accounts, which I totally support. But why do I get the impression you are less than enthusiastic with investing in an IRA or 401k? This is very interesting, and here's why I included it. My young Jedi protege. The videos you're talking about, I put those out several months ago. I think it was even just before the scamdemic started or something along those lines. And yet here it is, all these many months later, somebody had the perception to focus in and catch in on this. I'm not against IRAs. I'm not against 401ks. I got them. I maximize them. I max them out. I don't even know what the limits are. My financial advisors and my accountants, they know. Let's maximize it. I just keep giving them the money. They max it out and everything like that. But you're very perceptive, my young Jedi. The reason why your honeypot and the strategies that I structured, they are not surrounding your IRA and your 401k, because your IRA and your 401k are actually in your personal name, which if there was a lawsuit, those are exposed to potential, litigation because it's an asset that's in your personal name. So there are definitely things that I did not outline and discuss because, bottom line, so many people are not prepared for it. Bottom line. Well, Joel, aren't you deceiving us? Shouldn't you be telling everything? No. Why would I give you all the details? Why would I give so many of you, why would I give all the details and the core concepts you're not even going to deploy? You're not, let alone understand. Some people, they watch those videos, unsubscribed, don't espouse it, don't believe in it, too much work. They're going to follow the White Walkers of the industry. They want the free advice. Why would I go into even further depth to discuss key strategies for building wealth, protecting your assets, getting higher rates of return. Why would I even waste my time discussing it? It's like casting your pearls before the swine. People are not prepared for all that. That's why I said before in a previous video, it's at the end of the day, it's really the select few who are really going to focus in on, internalize, leverage, and deploy these type of strategies. So why would I go out there and include even more depth, even more detail when so many people are not going to use it? It's just, it is what it is. Not everybody is prepared for it, my young Jedi, but maybe you will be prepared. In fact, a lot of people have asked questions about when I'm going to have my next live event for the coming year. Who knows? Who knows? Because after that businessman, I don't have any date selected, because after that businessman in office is reelected, is it going to be reelected tomorrow? Tomorrow is November 3rd. Are they going to be able to call it tomorrow? Probably not, because remember, the Looney Tunes have their own parallel election going on. They're going to do all their mail-in fraud nonsense, but eventually it's not going to be enough. The businessman in office is going to be reelected. So the Looney Tunes are not just going to continue to burn, rape, and pillage the village. They're going to nuke the place. They're going to start nuking it. But once all that stuff settles down and we figure out where is a safe place, I need safe spaces, snowflakes. Once we can determine a safe location, free of the weirdness and then the masked Nazis, that's going to fall by the wayside pretty quick. Then we will determine a location for another live event. And I'm not sure what that's going to look like. That's definitely going to be much more of a select. I know the last 3 or 4 events I had, I really restricted it because I've been calling them round tables for a reason. But now, rather than just limiting it by number of people, maybe we need to somehow limit it. Maybe somehow have some other metrics or measurements. I'm not sure. I'll put thought into it. But not everybody is prepared to learn everything all at once. Bottom line. And I know some people are upset. Well, Joel, I can't believe that. You mean you showed me all that and that's not everything? Of course there's more. Of course there's more. Why would there not be? There should be. But not everybody is prepared to go that way. Not everyone's prepared to go down those rabbit holes. Not everyone's prepared to, get the red pill. Everyone wants the blue pill, so they feel happy and they feel warm and fuzzy and they have safe spaces. And then it's easier to watch Joel. I have snowflakes on here who are just more concerned about my tone. Do you really think that they're so concerned about my tone, do you really think they're going to sit through some 1, 2, 3 hour presentation where I'm further going to break down how to build and leverage and create wealth? Absolutely not. So again, kudos to you, because you are the first person after all these many months to have the perception to realize that, am I a fan of IRAs and 401ks? Sure, leverage them, go after it. But there is so much more, so much more. And with some of you, I will share that. Now, let's move on. This is from someone who I just started working with. And I said, one of my questions was, what is your exit strategy? The response was, we plan to retire in 25 years. I was looking for something a little more targeted than that. But hey, here's the good news. I tell everybody, you should always have your exit strategy, at least a fundamental concept of what you want. Do you want to sell your business, pass it on to your heirs? What's the business going to look like before then? If you have partners, how's that going to look? Because you may have a partner who wants to sell, so another partner wants to give it to the kids. And there's a lot of things to take into consideration. So the good news is, I started laughing when I read this. What is your exit strategy? We plan to retire in 25 years. Well, the good news is that's like a blank canvas, a clean slate. We have a lot to work with there. But the goal is to develop a much more targeted strategy. Again, I am not married to the NEMT industry. Obviously, I'm involved in the NEMT industry, home care industry. I got a broker business that makes a lot more money. So I'm involved in a lot of different things, and I work with a lot of different people. But I'm not married to the NEMT business, the NEMT industry. I know some people are, and that offends you. That offends a lot of people because I'm not all I just love NEMT and I want to be 85 years old and I want to be transporting 85-year-old people. Sorry, that's not my gig. That's just not my gig. I knew that when I was driving in my business over those first couple years, I saw the opportunity, leveraged the NEMT. I saw that opportunity. I was smart enough to know that if I drive, the more I lose. I am a builder by nature. I rely on creativity, and that's what I got to have. Okay, so I know that I cannot. This is why you appreciate your drivers, your dispatchers all the more, because they sustain you. They are part of your system, your organization that allows you to build and grow and leverage your transportation. I want you to leverage your transportation as just one of multiple platforms to build, grow, and create wealth. And so when I say I'm not married to the NEMT industry, I'm not. I mean, I make more money in my broker business than I did NEMT. So should I love that more? I don't. But again, the key is I want you, the more you watch my content, the more you consume my content and learn from me, I really want you to be thinking of yourself as a wealth creator. Bottom line, if all you want to do is be the best NEMT driver you could be, go become one of the White Walkers. There's so much free crap online that is just killing people, just leading them down the wrong path. Go listen to it. A lot of them are going to tell you, do it yourself. Go drive for yourself. Do your own accounting. Do your own bookkeeping. Do your own payroll. Build your own website. Build your own marketing material. You are an absolute fool. Anybody who tells you do it yourself is a broke White Walker. I promise you, they are a broke operator. They're a chaser. They're a perpetual chaser. They're always gonna be chasing the next sale, the next trip, the next client, and they get tired. Well, the White Walkers don't. They are perpetual. They're zombies. But you get the idea. So I want you to have a legitimate exit strategy of, I plan to have this business for 5 years. I want to sell it at a multiple. Along the way, I plan to build more. I could go on and on. I could write doctoral dissertations just on that type of a topic. Let's see. Let's scroll down here for another one. Hi, subscribe to UMTPG on YouTube. I would have asked this question in the comments, but they are turned off. Exactly, because I'm not going to regulate the White Walkers, because I don't care. I don't have to chase people for subscribers or anything like that. I'm not an internet sensation, or I'm not trying to be some social media guru. I could care less. I'm getting started in the transportation business. I will be doing ambulatory work in a minivan to start. Bro, sister, whatever you are, male or female, go watch more of the videos before you do anything, I beg of you. I will be doing ambulatory work in a minivan to start. Just go drive. Why do this? Just go drive for Uber or Lyft. Make a little extra money. This is not what you do. I will be doing ambulatory work in a minivan to start. My question is, how much is the right amount for commercial auto insurance? I feel like since I'm new, they are trying to take advantage of me. Thank you. Please, go watch more of my videos, study more of the content. If all you want to do is drive because you just want to help people, go volunteer your time or just go drive for Uber or Lyft. And you can focus in on elderly people and just do your ambulatory and feel good about yourself. You do not start your business like that. I mean, I've been through this 1,000,001 times. This is why I say, man, all the freebie stuff out there, all you White Walkers, man, you guys just exponentially multiply, and it's soul sucking. It just drains you. Craziness. All right. My accountant was out of town, but I am reaching out to her today to see how soon she can have my P&L already. This kills me. I've seen this all the freaking time. All the time. Not everybody I work with, but a lot of you. My accountant was out of town, but I am reaching out to her today to see how soon she can have my P&L ready. You are in business to empower yourself. Bottom line. That's where the conversation has to start. Everything goes on top of that. Everything's built up from there. You're in business to empower yourself. You never put yourself in a position where anything ever is held hostage. Not your finances, not your numbers, not your assets, nothing. You should never be held hostage. You should always have full, complete control of your numbers, bottom line. So if I'm working with you and I ask for a P&L, you should literally be a few keystrokes away from being able to produce a P&L. My accountant was out of town, but I am reaching out to her today to see how soon she can have my P&L ready. It's a long story with her. When we were getting ready to do our taxes at the beginning of the year, the whole COVID thing hit, and she stopped seeing people in person. And ever since, she has been swamped, and now we are trying to get all of her stuff in line with her. I can understand and appreciate that part, but again, you should never be in a position where someone else, how does that process work? I literally have heard horror stories of people who will literally take receipts in a shoebox to their accountant, drop them off, okay, sort it out, let me know how much money we made. Here's the expenses and all. That is absolutely insane. Every single day, whether if it's something that you got to burn, the midnight oil, both ends of the candle, I don't care. But you should be entering in your information, income and expenses every single day. And if it's not you, because now you're starting to grow and you're scaling, you're hiring people, someone on your team, someone in your office has to be managing that. If you don't want to use QuickBooks, if you're a member of the UMTBG, you get a free membership to admin accounting. Use it. It's painfully easy. Use the admin accounting. It's just literally income and expenses. You can pull up all the P&Ls and reports that you want. It's great. Use it. But you should never be held hostage in any capacity. Every single day you should be able to see how much money you made. All right, Joel, you're crazy. I can't do it every single day. All right, let's say every other day. Is that going to give everyone the warm and fuzzy to give them a little more room? You've got to be able to do it, man. Got to be able to do it. Let's see here. I appreciate you very much. I work 24-hour shit. This I love, man. I love hardworking people, man. I love hardworking people. Love it. I appreciate you very much. I work 24-hour shifts, so I don't have access to my phone very often, and I've been working a lot of overtime to help with capital as well. Everything I'm doing now is to prepare for the start of my NEMT business. I've read this email was sent to one of my staff members. I've read Joel's ebook. I'm on my second round with it now, and I'll be paying for a market analysis by the end of next month for a Christmas gift to myself. Dude, I love that. I love that. I don't know who you are, but I absolutely love that. I love that you're hardworking. I love that you're stacking those chips. You're going to learn. You're studying, digesting that material. Just put yourselves in my shoes. What do you think? How do you think? How rewarding is it for you to hear someone tell you you're obnoxious, you're repugnant, you're an effing idiot, you're painful to watch, this and that. Then you read some emails like this, and this is someone who's working hard, taking on extra shifts to stack those chips to further prepare themselves. Who do you want to support you? Someone like this. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'd like to add again, thank you for all of you and your team do. It really is a blessing. I've learned so much from the content you supply. I look forward to working with you, and you're all amazing people. Thank you again. And again, this is kudos to my people because I'm fortunate, I'm blessed. Do you realize that Dan has been with me since 2006? That's 14 years. He actually started with me as a driver, part-time dispatcher in my NEMT business. So you want to talk about retention. That's how long he's been with me. So kudos, and this is why it's kudos to the people I got. They're great. Love them. Absolutely love them. Let's see what we got here. All right, so here's a good one. Hi, Amelia. I am already a broker and was looking into Joel's company to start another business. I'm licensed with the FMCSA, that's the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, and would like to get into your industry. Can you give me some insight into how I can get that started? Visit us at youarethebroker.com. Watch a lot of our videos. We don't do anything with the FMCSA because that is exactly the type of stuff that when I started my broker business, I wanted to avoid. I want to find the sweet spot of the industry. I had key objectives. When I saw the opportunity and I had the aha moment to start my broker business, it was literally, my previous business was obviously my NEMT, which was much more highly regulated, had to jump through all the hoops, all that kind of good stuff. And I knew any business I move forward in, I'm not going to go down that road. I didn't want to be involved with all that stuff. So that's how, with my broker business, that's why we don't do the interstate freight. We don't do the interstate moving like a traditional mover. This is why I outsourced a lot of the stuff, because I don't want to be involved in all that. Because even like that, even when you do like freight, or if you're doing that interstate traveling, doing the, with 26, 28 foot trucks, you got to be insured for all that. Even if you're just the broker, you still got to be insured. That's why I don't waste time with all that stuff. In my broker business, that is not our business model. That is not our business model, because I don't want to deal. By the time I started my broker business, because I had success in my NEMT business and I made great money, so I was very close. I was about 75-80% confident I was going to start a home care agency. I already did a lot of the research and demographics, and I was going to start a home care agency. And then I was presented with the opportunity for my broker business. And as I started to see the opportunity and formulate everything, that's when I just realized, okay, if I do this in moving forward, I want to do it in such a way that I'm not dealing with the rules, the regulations, and all that kind of good stuff. So, great question. I appreciate it. And that's one of the reasons why I had them put this in here, is because I want you, or anyone who's looking at this, to clearly understand. When you look and consider youarethebroker.com, everything that I teach you is from a perspective of what is the sweet spot. We want to fall under the radar so we don't have to deal with rules, regulations, insurance. I don't want that red tape stuff. And it's been a process. So I'm in my 9th year. We're doing exceptionally well. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So again, great question. Definitely appreciate it. Let's see what else we got here. So, all right. So here's the deal. Whenever I'm working with providers, I always want to, obviously I do research, depending on where they are. Now this one, I actually did some research, and I knew about this broker before. And this kind of plays off a video I made quite a ways back. I think it was maybe Logisticare or MTM. I'm not sure. But this is interesting. This is just one of those things that everything we just discussed, NEMT, broker, what I'm about to show you, is just one of those things that makes you go, you could argue about any type of an explanation for it if you want, but it's one of those things that makes you go, and I'll explain as we move forward. So let's go ahead. Now this is actually from a broker. This is a broker that operates in Tennessee. And as we look at this, the safety. Here are their safety requirements that the broker presents to the NEMT providers, and they stipulate everything that Tennessee carriers operate safety first philosophy, blah, blah, blah. Our minimum safety first standards include comprehensive driver background checks, driver safety, initial and ongoing DOT, initial this, initial that, mandatory this, defensive driving, ADA, vehicle inspection, vehicle maintenance records, all that good stuff. And it's all good stuff. I am not belittling them or bashing them at all. This is all good, necessary stuff. I get it. And it's all standard. Every broker is going to preach all this kind of good stuff. So, I get it. I'm all for it. But I wanted you to see this. This is directly taken from their website. All right. So let's continue on. All right. So training. Okay. Training. Customer satisfaction, compliance, safety first, all that kind of good stuff. Driver training shall include, at a minimum, customer service, passenger assistance, sensitivity training, mental health and substance abuse issues, HIPAA, that's important, ADA requirements, got it, wheelchair securement, safety, okay, good. Seatbelt usage, child restraint. Handling, reporting accidents, incidents, yep, important stuff. Daily vehicle inspections, defensive driving, risk management, communication, infection control, annual road test report. Again, 1,000%. I agree with all of this. But you, the transportation provider, you are going to be transporting Jane Doe. So you, the transportation provider, you got to do all this stuff. The safety stuff, the training stuff. You get the vehicles, you pay top dollar for insurance for the vehicles, you pay for all the you pay for the drug test, the screenings. Who's paying for all that? You. And I'm not even complaining about it. I'm not even complaining about it yet. Not even complaining. All right. Application. Tennessee carriers go through the application process. Your interest in becoming a partner with non-emergency, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Application start. Request an application. Inaccurate or incomplete applications will not be accepted. Okay. They're leaning in on you, being a little hard. Not all who apply will be accepted. Remember, you want to transport Jane Doe. Okay. You want to transport Jane Doe. So you got to apply here. You got to apply. Any inaccuracies won't be accepted. Not everyone who applies is going to be accepted. Keep those things in mind. So I support everything. The safety, the training, all that kind of good stuff. All right. But again, here's what's interesting to me. They have an option on there that same person, that same Jane Doe, they require you, the transportation provider, get the vehicles, pay for the vehicles, get the insurance, make sure they're properly this and they're properly that, and properly inspected, properly equipped, and the drivers, and they get screened, and then the drug screen, and you test it, and submit it, and apply it. All those things, jump through all those hoops to transport Jane Doe. Yet go to their website. This is on their website. They have a mileage reimbursement program for essentially volunteers. If you have a friend or family member who can take you to your appointment, you may be able to take advantage of the mileage reimbursement program, which reimburses you at least 40 cents per mile. Joel, what are you getting at? I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to put things in perspective a little bit, things that make you go, You, the transportation provider, to transport Jane Doe over there, you got to get all that and get the vehicle insured, then your driver's going to be trained, the screening test, and all that. That costs money. And I'm not against all that. But if that same Jane Doe, if you got a friend or family member who could take you in their car, they'll pay you 40 cents a mile. Here are the requirements for it. Here are the requirements. Number one, have your healthcare provider, which is a little bit of a joke anyways, but have your healthcare provider access the form below on the page. Download it, print it, sign it. Number two, the person driving your appointment will need to sign the form, provide a copy of his or her driver's license and insurance. That's it. And they're going to get 40 cents a dollar. Now look, trust me, I am not saying go do this because you want 40 cents, not 40 cents on the dollar. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, here I'm going to show you this as well because this is laughable. They're so generous, they're going to pay you 40 cents on the dollar. Yet here, this is from the IRS website. Here it is, 2020. IRS, their reimbursement, now granted it's for a business, you can expense 57.5 for every mile. Okay, so obviously they're not even giving you that. But, you could argue here their charity is 14, the IRS charity, 14 cents. For medical moving, I'm not exactly sure what the medical moving thing is, I don't know, but that's 17. I mean, give me a break. Anyways, are you ever going to make money with that stuff? No. But I wanted to put things in perspective for you just to make you go, You would be going through all of these things to transport Jane Doe over there, pay for the vehicle insurance and all this kind of good stuff, yada, to transport Jane Doe. You have Jane Doe. Why do they tell you they do it? Why do they tell you that it's safety? It's for the safety of Jane Doe. You got to pay for this, jump through the hoops, exorbitant amount of insurance and all that kind of stuff. Because it's about safety, for the safety of Jane Doe. If Jane Doe has a friend or a family member, well, just download the form here and have them submit it with a copy of the driver's license and insurance from their car, and they'll get 40 cents on the dollar. I'm just saying, it's one of those things that if we're all about, if it's with these brokers, it's all about safety. Why do I say all this? Because these brokers are effing oppressive, and it upsets me and bothers me, and it's all under the guise of safety. And here's what I want you to keep in mind. And I know many of you guys have long since unsubscribed and checked out, but for those of you who are remaining, who don't find me obnoxious, repugnant, effing idiot, turned off by my political views or anything like that, because again, the Republicans hate me because they're spineless sellouts. The Democrats hate me because they're godless, hypocrite, American haters. But I would actually draw a parallel. Take these loon-toon politicians who only care about the elitists, the elites out there. What is the difference with these brokers? Do you think these brokers, do you think the people who work for these brokers, you think they've ever had their own company? Do you think they've ever had to make payroll on their own? As in not managing someone else's payroll, as in make payroll because they own their own business? Heck no. It's like, take like, I don't know, MTM based out of Missouri. MTM operates in California. Do you think Ralph from MTM, do you think he knows anything about what you, the transportation provider, are going through in California? Absolutely not. All he knows is his data and analytics and statistics, and they're going to run their algorithms. Well, according to our maps and in your region, you should be getting this and reimbursement, this and that. Do you think they have any comprehension? Heck no. And so, again, the reason why I share this type of an example is if it's all about safety, here it is that we as transportation providers, we got to go through all these hoops, pay all this money to transport Jane Doe to make sure she's safe, and yet Jane Doe can ride with a friend or family, and not only is it not a problem, they'll actually give her some money. And I'm not saying it's a lot, 40 cents on the dollar, it's not going to add up to anything. I mean, I wouldn't even waste my time with the application. I mean, let's say you took, 20 miles round trip, and what are they going to give you, $8? I mean, does that even pay for your gas? I don't know, but you get my point. That's why it's like, this is why I so much espouse that businessman in office, because not only is the economy raging, the markets are raging. The economy is meds and meds, but the markets themselves are definitely raging, and they're going to continue to rage. The reason I gravitate to that businessman in office is because he's not the typical politician or like these brokers that they just tell you what you should be doing based on algorithms or what the region, none of that stuff. I hate that. I want you to be as free as possible, to make as much money as possible in the NEMT industry and outside the NEMT industry. That's why I keep telling you, I want you to leverage this business, the NEMT, strictly as a platform to build, grow, and create wealth, because you are a wealth creator that gravitates towards creativity, freedom of choice, build your business how you want, maximize growth potential and opportunities. Again, that dementia patient who's running against the businessman office, he's already telling you he's raising taxes. He's going to repeal the current tax cut, and he's going to raise taxes. I mean, do you really think that's good for your money? If you as a wealth creator, is that really good for you? Of course not. And again, I can go on and on regarding that topic forever. But anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. I have a bunch more emails here, but I'm going to hold those for the next ones because we are definitely running late as it is. But here's the good news. Tomorrow is election day. Make sure you get out and vote. The businessman in office is going to be reelected. Loon Tunes are going to nuke the villages. It's going to be crazy for a while. The markets will be dicey. 6 months from now, things are going to be raging. We are going to be showering in Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. We are going to be sleeping in Boston cream donuts. Things are going to be phenomenal with the markets. And for those of you who are perceptive, stay tuned. Stay tuned. There will be something for you. I don't know what it looks like right now. We got to wait until after they burn down the villages and things settle back down. But yes, there's always more. There's always more to learn. There's always more opportunity. And when you take advantage of it, I'm going to help make you rich. When I see you rich, I'll see you at the top.